Hi, welcome to the News Agenda for Thursday, May 13th, 2021. How are you doing today? That's great. Let's celebrate National Apple Pie Day together and National Cough Syrup Day at the same time. In case you need an excuse, it's also National Frog Jumping Day. Mark Twain would be proud, right? So, please drop a like on this video, and if you smirk during the video, I think you're contractually obligated to subscribe. Thanks. Our top news story today is cancel culture news. Kinda, but not, because Republicans don't cancel people, or do they? Liz Cheney, Wyoming's at-large representative, was stripped of her Republican leadership roles on Wednesday because she failed to fall in line behind President Trump's claim that the election was stolen. Now, this is rough because fuck Liz Cheney, but also fuck the Republican Party. However, this will likely have some measure of backlash, as 100 Republicans have threatened to start a third party if Republican establishment doesn't make changes. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's going to happen. The main organizer of the effort, Miles Taylor, said that he is still a Republican by, quote, the skin of my teeth, unquote. He declined to state those who signed the letter and what changes they were requesting, so it is ultimately a meaningless exercise. That's Washington tradition, and if that pressure tactic doesn't work out, it's expected that the people who signed the letter won't do anything. But if you're wondering what's going on in the heads of those Republicans, Representative Andrew Clyde of Georgia said that there was no insurrection on January 6th, and that what we saw on TV were tourists. Tourists that killed several people and injured 140 cops that they supposedly support.
As one of the members who stayed in the Capitol and on the House floor, who, with other Republican colleagues, helped barricade the door until almost 3 p.m. that day from the mob who tried to enter, I can tell you the House floor was never breached, and it was not an insurrection. This is the truth. There was an undisciplined mob. There were some rioters and some who committed acts of vandalism. But let me be clear, there was no insurrection, and to call it an insurrection, in my opinion, is a bold-faced lie. Watching the TV footage of those who entered the Capitol and walked through Statuary Hall showed people in an orderly fashion staying between the stanchions and ropes taking videos and pictures. You know, if you didn't know the TV footage was a video from January the 6th, you would actually think it was a normal tourist visit.
Man, I remember when I vacationed last time, and I took with me some speed cuffs and the like. That was awesome times. Night vision goggles, always great to go to Disney World in. And lots of bondage equipment. Oh, that was a dominatrix, my bad. In cybersecurity news, a hacking group who calls itself DarkSide is responsible for shutting down the Colonial Oil Pipeline. However, they did release a statement that said afterwards they were not political, they were just after money, which explains why they went after the oil, because oil is where the money is. In free speech news, Texas lawmakers are banning the word meat and beef from labels of plant-based foods. This is, of course, because of the Beef Council. It is better than the initial proposal, which was forcing meat substitutes to call themselves prissy pants patties. Say what you will about Texas, they don't like when you mess with the meat. In whiplash news, the Biden administration Health and Human Services Division prohibited discrimination against trans people, which is a reversal from the Trump regime. This is the first movement since last month's joint congressional address, where President Biden said he had transgender people's backs. It's a win-win in my case because it keeps me safer, and also it pisses off the transphobes, so I guess I'll keep it. The U.S. Navy and Coast Guard seized thousands of weapons last week after stopping a small ship in the northern Arabian Sea. The ship, a dhow, was stopped to check registration when the weapons were found. The NRA has issued a statement calling the seizure ridiculous and a trampling of the Second Amendment right to bear arms and the second worst infringements of rights of any sort. Of course, the worst infringement is that children aren't bulletproof. Devastating. Devastating. Now the NRA needs your financial assistance to help sue God. And I wish this was done by a better person, news. Elon Musk is sending a mission to the moon with Dogecoin. Before you get excited with the price of Dogecoin, you can't afford it. Now you can. Now you can't. Now you can. Now you can't. Now you can. And now you're broke. And now your mom hates you too because you borrowed all her money to buy Dogecoin. In invasion news, archaeologists have discovered the remains of 9 Neanderthals near Rome. Apparently there really was barbarians outside the gate of the Eternal City all the whole time. The bones date from 100,000 to 50,000 years old, which still doesn't explain how some of them survive to this day. I mean, I can't look away. It's disgusting and fascinating. Also, in science news, the EPA has granted a permit to release genetically modified mosquitoes into the Florida Keys. And I want to go on record right now to say that I think making Florida more habitable is a mistake. But at least we can cut off Florida if this gets out of hand. The mosquitoes that are being released are male, and they will actually emit a fluorescent glow. Males do not feed on blood like the females, which makes many hacky punchlines in the past. They will pass on a gene that kills female offspring before they mature. The goal here is to reduce the number of tropical diseases that infect people in Florida. God released a statement praising the ingenuity of the scientists, but said, quote, "Now I'm just going to have to make better mosquitoes." In entertainment news, Ellen DeGeneres will end her talk show next year, according to a spokeswoman for the host. Her contract is up in 2022, and her ratings have faltered dramatically, losing over 1 million viewers during the 2021 season. This is mostly due to rumors and accusations of workplace misconduct. The ratings for Ellen are now along the lines of Maury and Kelly Clarkson. So what I'd like to say here is that I'm willing to pick up the mantle of the Ellen Show. I will dominate the media landscape and finally knock off Maury from his pedestal. Coming for Clarkson. I can't dance either, but I'm pretty sure I got other skills. Pretty sure. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance, please. Also, in entertainment news, Tony Hinchcliffe has drawn some criticism for being a racist fuckhead. Good. Also in entertainment news, actor Seth Rogen said that he would not be working with James Franco due to the troubling and credible accusations of sexual assault, which is also good. However, unfortunately, this makes me have to like Seth Rogen a little bit. Whatever. In kind of entertaining news, but not really, Bill and Melinda Gates are getting divorced. I know you don't care about that, but either we can talk about Bill and Melinda Gates, or we can talk about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, that they're dating again. So I'm going to answer a few questions that you may or may not have. You probably don't have, but I'm going to answer them. So, does this divorce have to do with the alleged tie between Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein? That'll really depend on how much money it takes for you to not ask that question. How are they going to split the assets? Well, each of the Gateses will get half of humanity's implanted microchips from the COVID vaccine. Did they consider marriage counseling? Yes, but they got sick of the turning it off and on again joke. I don't blame them there. And what was the last straw? That Bill wouldn't let go of his Zune or give more than $640K. It's almost always a sad thing when a marriage ends, but we can hope that Mackenzie Scott and Melinda Gates join forces and give away billions of dollars in was probably a very normal way for capitalism to evolve. Anyway, that's the news agenda for Thursday, May 13th, 2021. There may be some interruptions in the next couple of weeks with access to certain pieces of software on my part until I can make a proper transition to the new roles and all the other fun stuff I'm doing. But I'll try and keep going. It might just look a little different for a couple weeks until I get back on my feet. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on Monday. Please remember to like and subscribe. Did you grin? Remember that contract. You grinned. You have to subscribe. If you can, please join us on Patreon, where you got new executive producer KB. Thank you so much for joining us. Yay! Thank you so much. And to everyone that supports me in any way, even if it's just by watching, please remember, I love you.